3 months when we live on Aquarius. Woohoo!
3 months. So now what we're going to do is talk about some of the perceptions and some of the realities about living on a boat like Aquarius.
You want to start?
So, anyways, we wrote down a couple things, and some of our friends have asked us things. So, anyways, perceptions and realities. The first thing that Isabel had that came to mind was
I will tell that myself.
cleaning the boat.
Yeah. The boat is dirty. And you would think when you live on the water, there's no dust, no stuff around it, and but yeah, it gets really dirty very quickly. Unfortunately, we don't have our trusty Roomba anymore. Roomba is automatic vacuum cleaner. Also lived in a much bigger area than this, so now it's kind of all concentrated. And the first week I was going crazy, like, where all this dirt coming from? So that was my first thing.
So anyways, cleaning also is cleaning outside the boat. So I really didn't have much of perception about it, but since I sailed with a friend Carl for a while, I knew that, the boat had to be cleaned a lot. But now it's a lot bigger, and taking care of the stays, making sure that they don't have rust on it. It's all a learning curve because I've never done it before, so I was getting upset with my brand new standing rigging started to get a little rust on it, but because I wasn't cleaning it.
And so the davits.
Yeah, the davits too. But if you clean it with the right stuff, and you got to learn what is the right stuff, things just look shiny and new again. So it's a learning curve. But also the bottom of the boat. Now the bottom of the boat needs cleaned once a month, or maybe sometimes more often, depending on the water you're in. So going around and cleaning the bottom of the boat when the boat is 7 feet underwater, sometimes it's a little more difficult. And you would think you jump in the water and you just sink down to where you need to be. No, you got to wear weights to pull your ass down to get down, to clean the boat. So you have to have some type of scuba gear, or a hose that comes on that's hooked to a tank, and that's what I have. And I have scuba gear too, but I just put the hose on there, a long, I think I've got about 40-foot hose. I go into there and I clean for about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then the bottom is pretty clean. You never get it completely clean, but
yeah, there are perception and reality. So I thought, okay, I'll be on a boat, I'll have all this time in the world, I will be doing my yoga, my meditation. I probably did it once or twice in 3 months. Yeah, that's a reality.
yeah, and I plan to work out a lot more, but I think the first 3 months was difficult because there was so much to learn, so much more, and I think it's going to change in from now on because we know so much more. It's a lot easier, and now we can start doing the things that we want to do rather than the things you have to do just to find out how to do what you want to do. But it's getting easier every day, but I still think we got at least 3 months to understand how
also,
to do everything.
Almost 2 months where we were 4 people on the boat, so we had to adjust to what one to do 4 people, not just 2 of us. So,
but that actually, it was tough and it was good.
yes.
But the tough part of having the previous owners on board was you have 4 people and they all want to have a good time, and they all have different perceptions of what a good time means. So that was difficult. But what was great about having Jimp and Lonnie on for a while was they taught us how to live on the boat. If we didn't have Jimp and Lonnie on the boat, we wouldn't know what it was like to have dinner every night on what they would call the terrace, up on, where we have dinner every night outside. we wouldn't do that, having breakfast outside on the terrace every morning. It's great. We would probably be sitting here on the inside rather than, outside enjoying the outdoors. We only eat in here when
it rains or it's very windy.
Yeah, so very rarely will we have dinner inside the boat. It's almost always outside on what Jean-Pierre would call the terrace. Jean-Pierre said.
It helped a lot. Otherwise, we would be like a lost puppies wandering around.
We would be absolutely lost. So let's take another one. So cleaning, we did that. So maintenance. That's actually kind of like cleaning. Maintenance on a boat is never ending, of course. But what I found is, the boat may or may not have been maintained, to an impeccable standard, but there's a lot of rust places, there's a lot of grease and grime places, and I think that's just because of the people that were working on the boat when Jim had it may not have been, the best, and we found that out when we almost got our boat burned down with the guy with the batteries. That was a really, really tough night. But anyways, it's never ending, and if you see a little bit of rust, you just got to start taking care of it right away. If you see it, just take care of it. And they've got the right products out there. You just have to find the right one, and bam, you can get it all cleaned up and it looks great.
And in the beginning, the first week was hilarious. Every single day it was dramas. We would make something work, like Ken would make air conditioning work, and then the next day it doesn't work. Then the next night, for some reason, our boat has no power at all. Then the next evening or the day, the second fridge is not working, or the freezer. We in panic again, although we are the ones who turned it off. We just didn't realize it. It was just so new. It has all the panels with everything. You can press one button and then bam, your boat doesn't have any more water. So it's crazy.
You learn, but it takes a while to learn all the different buttons that are on this boat, and I still don't know everything. It's been 3 months, and I don't know everything.
I do.
But she knows everything.
No, I know these buttons. And I know how to lock the bow dresser and unlock.
Yeah, I do too.
You said you don't.
Because I didn't want to do it. So the learning curve. I think I mentioned it before. There is so many systems on this boat. We got a water maker. We got a radar. We got AIS. We've got all the wind, direction stuff. You've got single sideband radio. You've got modem connected to your single sideband radio. There is so much on this boat.
What's next?
So, learning curve on systems. And then the things we did to Aquarius, what we changed. We put solar on and we put wind on. So now we make energy when it's blowing hard or when the sun's out. And we can probably generate at 24 volts. If it's
get the question, do we get seasick? No, never. There were a couple of times when we were in really rough seas. I had to be a little bit inside preparing something for lunch. So yeah, you don't feel very great. And then it was one time for you when...
Yeah, there was one time in the beginning where we hit some rough seas, and yeah, I felt a little queasy, but I didn't get sick. Neither one of us has actually had to throw up.
Yeah.
But
and we were sleeping in rough seas a couple times.
Yeah, I think once you've slept on a boat for 3 or 4 days, you don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so video making. I thought it was going to be a little easier to make videos, but it's not so easy. And it's not so easy getting them uploaded. It's not so easy getting them cut together. And, you just have to tell us what you like and what you don't like. Make sure you make us your friend, and then we can...
I was making the first 5 videos, and Ken was always complaining, oh, your videos are not good. And he drove me crazy, and I said, okay, show me the perfect video. It took him forever. We had to replace locations, and of course the computer crashed, or the program crashed, so
the program crashed and lost the whole movie, so I had to redo it all over again. But it did take a little bit longer, and I do appreciate a little more, how much time it takes. But I'm still saying we got to make the videos better. We got to film better videos so that we can cut better videos. I still agree with that. So, food prices, I think we're eating a lot healthier now than we were on land, because there is no fast food for the most part on the boat. But there's fast food when you go ashore.
As for eating healthy, I don't feel it as strongly as Ken that I'm eating healthier. I wasn't eating as many pastas before. We don't eat that much sushi.
Yeah, but sushi can be good or bad, depending on what
it's
you
much
get.
better than pasta. Anyways, yeah.
People. So we met a lot of cool people, but not as many as I thought I was going to meet. I thought that you'd meet more people when you're out here, but as I was told by somebody else, there's a lot of people that go sailing because they want to get away from people. And I think that's true in a way. But there's still a lot of people like us that, want to meet more people, that want to, find out where some of these other people have been, where they're going. If we can maybe go with, them, tag along. There's a guy we met, Jean-Pierre, in Guadeloupe, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going through the canal in probably January. Then he's going to the Galapagos in February, and we thought that we were going to stay in the Caribbean for another season, but I think we've decided that no, we've had enough of the Caribbean, and we're just going to move back down the Caribbean and then go through the Panama Canal to the Galapagos, Marquesas, and then continue along the normal route. But now it looks like maybe we can, hang out with him, and he's sailing the boat just like this, a twin. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not a twin. His is
the reason why we didn't meet that many people before, because we spent almost 2 months with our previous owners, and to be honest, all the people we met, it was when we were alone. Yeah, and that's what people said. If it's a group of 4 people, you don't try to get friends with them because they already have company.
That's true.
And if you want to find friends, it's pretty easy. People are really nice. They are willing to share the experiences, the knowledge. They are willing to share all the best to make it easier and more enjoyable trip for you. And it's not like you have to work on it. It's just so natural. People are sharing, we're exchanging videos and inviting each other for a dinner. So it's really, really friendly people.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about doing something like this, don't think about not doing it because you don't know how to sail, or you don't know this, or you don't know that, there's plenty of people that have done it before that will help you, that want to tell you their experiences and what they think. You know, some may be right, some may be wrong, but you have a lot of people that have done it before, and you know, they are, a lot of them are right. You got to just take it with a grain of salt what they're saying, but you will have help out there, you know, and people want to help you. So it actually, you know, if you want to do it, just do it. Learn how to sail and go. But I'll sum it up like this. Before, I was afraid to die, but now I'm afraid to not live. So I want to go off and live and see and do, and not just sit there being afraid that I'm going to get cancer, or I'm going to, you know, have something going wrong, or, you know, I want to go off and see and do. So I'm doing it.
So would you do that again?
Do what again?
Quit the job, sell the house, move, go through the changes?
Right now, I think I'd say yes, absolutely. But 3 or 2 months ago, or 2.5 months ago, I would have said, hell no, I want to go back. It's like, I was thinking about it. The one guy on the Matrix that say, I want to be put back in the Matrix, and I don't want to remember anything about this, I just want to have a really good steak. I think, you know, 2.5 months ago, I was that person. I wanted to be put back into the Matrix, you know, society, back at home, and just live on like that. But now I'm starting to get used to life on the boat. I feel a lot more healthy. I've lost 12, 14 pounds already. You know, I fit in some clothes that I never thought I could fit in again. So I'm actually feeling a lot better now. But the first couple weeks, it was pain. Drinking from a hose, trying to learn everything, and everything going wrong because you don't know how to work something, so you screw it up and bust it. And, well, I didn't bust that many things, but I didn't fix that many things the first couple of weeks. I just jerry-rigged it. You can't jerry-rig anything anymore. It's got to be fixed, and fixed perfect, or it's going to break quick again. So
I had the same feelings too. There were some times when I was like, gosh, it's so stupid. Why do I need to be on this boat, and so on, and especially when you bump your head every single day, like 5 times a day, and then it's like, stupid boat. but I knew that I still wanted to do that, because the other thing is, I know that it's only for a couple of years and it's full of experiences, and then you can go and do whatever you want because you know both of the worlds. And but I do have to remind sometimes myself why I wanted to do that. You know, that it's not everything is rosy back on the shore as well. So
yeah, it's not going to be rosy all the time on the boat, and it's not going to be rosy all the time on shore. And you know, no matter what you do, there's
good and
issues, problems, and you know, learning experiences. And I think that, you know, a change of life is good once in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be good for me in the future, maybe it won't, but at least I'll know, rather than doing the same thing. You know, I did the same thing for 25, 30 years, and then if I continue to do the same thing for the rest of my life, that's the only thing I'll be, only thing I'll know. So I think it was good to make a little bit of a change.
So when you came over here, what did you miss the most from the land?
Well, I tell you, the one thing that you're going to find that you miss the most is friends and family. Friends and family can't get a hold of you. You can't get a hold of them all the time. You're really busy working on, you know, trying to get your next destination in line, trying to figure out where you want to go, trying to figure out how to fix, you know, whatever, you know, broke, trying to, like, do all these things, and something gives. And friends and family, they can't talk to you. You're on a different time zone half the time, so they don't, you know, have time for you. You don't have time when they have time. So talking to friends and family, that's the that's the biggest thing that you're going to have to cope with. And I think the biggest thing that everybody has to cope with is, you know, having time for friends and family, and people aren't going to come visit you. You may think they're all going to come visit you and you have friends, oh yeah, they're going to come. They don't. They won't. So you're not with your friends on your last life. You're with friends from your current life, which is this one. So you meet new people, and the old friends, you know, you have good friends that might come on board or you go visit, but usually they won't come on board. Anyway, I think that's perception and realities. I think that's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Haven't seen you in a while. I know you miss me. I miss you too.
Aww. My mom is coming over on the boat.
I hope so.
And we are taking vacation off vacation.
Well, this really isn't vacation yet. I think it might be a vacation because what we did in the beginning, we sailed with Jimp and Lonnie, and we came up from Martinique, and then we came all the way up to the U.S. Virgin Islands. So now we're in St. Thomas, and now we were planning on getting everything fixed that we were supposed to get fixed, and then working our way back down to Trinidad. Well, we had planned on putting it on the hard in Trinidad, and then taking a little time away from the boat, maybe a month, and then, you know, start to work our way back through, you know, all of the Caribbean next season. But it's not going to be that way. So we changed our mind. We're working our way back down to Trinidad, and then we're going to put it on the hard, get some things done, and then we are going to
United States and Europe. We're gonna go to Copenhagen and Lithuania, where I will spend a month. And for the past 8 years, I've probably spent a month in there for the past 8 years.
So we're going to go see Europe. We're going to go see my friends and family in San Diego and
my friends.
Las Vegas. And then we're going to come back to the boat and get it ready to go through the Panama Canal, go see the Galapagos, Marquesas, and then on. So with all that, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah. We're good. We're surviving. We're still together.
Still together?
Yeah.
There are times. Anyways, what else?
Anyways, we miss friends and family.
Yeah.
A lot.
Friends and family, you're welcome anytime.